My daughter challenged her math teacher, so I walked into class with a UC Berkeley professor. My daughter came home from school crying so hard she could barely speak. She dropped her backpack and said, "Dad, Mr. H told me I'm mathematically inferior." She's 12, in 8th grade, and she plays with calculus for fun. On weekends, she's my coding partner. I'm a software engineer at Google, and we build little machine learning apps together. So seeing her like that made my chest tighten. She told me they were doing quadratic equations. The teacher showed the textbook steps and said everyone had to follow them exactly. My daughter raised her hand and said she had a faster way that still showed the logic. Mr. H cut her off, loud enough for the whole room. "Girls don't think logically about math like boys do," he said. My daughter stared at her desk, face burning. Then he pointed at her and said, "Sit down and do it the right way, or you'll fail this unit." The room went quiet, and a few kids stared at her like she'd done something wrong. She tried to explain she learned the method during lockdown from a university lecture online. He snapped, "I have a master's in mathematics education. You're in 8th grade. Respect the method." Then he punished her. He kept her through lunch, made her miss art, and handed her a thick worksheet. 50 problems, textbook method only, he said. She did them because she was scared, then crumpled the paper on the walk home. That night, she handed it to me, wrinkled and spotted with tears. I spread it out and looked at the work she tried to show him. I recognized it right away. Her shortcut wasn't cheating. It was a valid transformation, the same kind of math we use to simplify parts of machine learning models. She wasn't being rude, she was thinking. I asked her to show me again, step by step. Her hands were shaking, but her logic was solid. She kept watching my face like she expected me to take the teacher's side. I told her, "You didn't do anything wrong. You asked a smart question." Her shoulders dropped like she'd been holding her breath all day. After she went to bed, I wrote Mr. H an email. I kept it polite and focused on the math. I explained why her method works, and I attached a quick example. I offered to meet so he could see it. I sent it close to midnight. At 6 a.m., my phone buzzed with his reply. "Parents need to stop undermining qualified teachers. Your daughter is disruptive and arrogant. She gets her attitude from home. She needs respect for authority." He didn't address the math at all. Now I was done giving him the benefit of the doubt. I looked him up online. His profile bragged about a master's in mathematics education, but the actual degree was elementary education from 1987. No calculus, no advanced math listed. My daughter was being shamed by someone who might not even understand her work. I called my old college roommate, Dr. Kim. Dr. Kim now runs the math department at UC Berkeley. I explained my daughter's steps over the phone. Dr. Kim went quiet, then said, "Send me her work." 10 minutes later, she texted, "This is advanced reasoning. I want to see it in person." So on Tuesday morning, we walked into the school together. My daughter didn't know until the car ride. "Am I in trouble?" she whispered. I said, "No, you're going to be heard." We signed in at the front desk and walked the hallway. Mr. H was mid-lecture when we stepped into the room. He saw me and his jaw tightened. I said, "Good morning. This is Professor Kim from UC Berkeley." His face changed fast. He forced a stiff smile and stepped aside. My daughter sat frozen, eyes down. Dr. Kim said, calm and polite, "I'm here to observe how you handle advanced reasoning from students." Then she looked at my daughter and asked, "Would you show your method on the board?" My daughter stood up slowly. The chalk squeaked as she wrote. She took one breath and started talking. She solved a hard quadratic in under 30 seconds and explained each step clearly. The class went silent. Dr. Kim turned to Mr. H and said, "This is graduate-level thinking. Where did you study techniques like this?" Mr. H stammered, We don't teach that approach here." Dr. Kim nodded once. Then she wrote a new problem on the board, one his textbook method couldn't handle cleanly. She handed him the chalk and waited. He stared at it, blinking, and the chalk shook in his fingers. Right then, the principal walked in, pulled by the silence. He saw the board, then Dr. Kim. "What's going on?" he asked. Dr. Kim introduced herself and said, "Your student has exceptional ability. She's being punished for it, and she needs a higher placement." I added, "And she was told in front of the class that girls don't think logically about math." The principal's face hardened. He looked at my daughter, then at Mr. H. "Is that true?" Mr. H opened his mouth, then shut it. The principal said, "Come with me, now." Mr. H followed him out, still holding the chalk, and my daughter let out one shaky breath that finally sounded like relief. Now parents are saying I went too far bringing a professor. Was I wrong?